Well, this vacant lot is where a San Antonio couple wanted to build their dream home, so they made an offer on the listing. Trouble was, it wasn't for sale.
It was a scam, and it's the type that's the fastest growing real estate fraud sweeping the country. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz explains the dirty deal.
This was it because it was over an acre, gorgeous area, level lot, for a great price.
When Josanna Quintanilla saw this corner lot in Helotes for sale for $250,000, she called the listing agent and made a cash offer.
Seemed to be the perfect situation where he wanted a cash offer that closed quickly.
Realtor Sarah Buheider said the seller had contacted her to market his land.
He provided me all of the correct information that a typical seller, legitimate seller would give you to list a property.
All was good until she found a conflicting phone number for the property owner and called it.
The voicemail voice that I heard was totally different than the phone number that I had been talking to.
Turns out her client was an imposter.
She texts me urgent. She said, I have some bad news. It's a fraud. And I told her, you've got to be kidding me.
It's no joke. The Secret Service is warning of a sharp increase in vacant land scams. Easy targets.
Who checks on their vacant lot on a regular basis?
Thomas Cronkright works to prevent wire fraud. He says this one works like this. The bad guy searches public records to find vacant property free of liens.
They would then impersonate the owner by creating credentials and typically an email that looks like it's in the name of the owner.
They contact a listing agent and want a cash offer. At closing, they don't sign in person, but request a notary, which they also fake. The money is then wired to the scammer.
It's unfathomable just thinking that this could happen and nobody would know about it.
The scheme may not be found out for weeks, leading to a potential legal mess. So how can you prevent this con job?
I think it's a shared responsibility. I mean, this really deals with, do we know the customer that we're dealing with?
Fortunately, Buheider was skeptical and stopped the sale. How close were you to losing a ton of money?
I mean, to be halfway through a deal and know in 2 weeks, $200,000 could have been wired to the wrong person, absolute shocking.
Marilyn Moritz, KSAT12 News.
Now to Ohio, where a CDC team is investigating a toxic train crash that they're now recovering after they began to experience the same symptoms as the other people in the area. CDC officials say on March 6th, 7 investigators were part of the team going door to door evaluating people who had started experiencing sore throat, headache, coughing, and nausea. For weeks, state and local officials have tested the air and water, declaring the results have shown both are okay. But despite government reassurances, people in the area are not satisfied.
We certainly do feel forgotten in some aspect. How many people in my community need to be sick in order for someone to say, oh, maybe the air quality isn't so great?
The news of investigators falling ill comes the same day the Department of Justice filed a lawsuit against Norfolk Southern, handing down a nearly $65,000 fine for every day it violated clean water laws. Norfolk Southern responding to that lawsuit, saying in part, quote, we'll keep working until we make it right.
Now to the aftermath of that dangerous weather breakout across the South and Midwest. A dangerous new storm is threatening. Tornado watches in effect for parts of Texas and Louisiana tonight. ABC's Rhiannon Alley tells us more about those concerns amid cleanup from this weekend's deadly tornado outbreak.
Across the South, millions on alert for severe weather. It follows at least 59 tornadoes that ravaged 11 states on Friday and Saturday. A doorbell camera in New Jersey capturing what appears to be a tornado as the system slammed the East Coast. At least 4 tornadoes ripped across the state. High winds knocking down trees in Howell Township.
Lights started flickering and then eventually went off. I was traumatized.
In Sussex County, Delaware, 1 person died after a home collapsed. Meantime, in Little Rock, Arkansas, these before and after satellite images showing the devastation and a path of destruction left behind. This video shows that EF3 tornado as it tore through. This driver caught right in the middle of it.
Yeah, 100% did think I was going to die. Once I saw the winds pick up the way they did.
Further east and wind, Governor Sanders praising the recovery effort.
Obviously, this is just an unbelievably tragic moment for our state, but what I found to be so amazing are the people who are stepping up, not just from this community, but across all of Arkansas.
In Adamsville, Tennessee, a one-stoplight town, 9 people died.
Praise the Lord.
But we're alive. We're alive.
Misty Garner Gray, members of her family and their dogs huddled in her in-laws' basement when an EF3 tornado hit.
The front of the house is right here. The front porch is just gone.
The bedroom walls and the roof badly damaged. Her home destroyed. Her in-laws, Gerald and Erling Gray, lived there for 35 years. The family removing their belongings ahead of more severe weather expected this week.
It was devastating.
It was devastating. Really? But we was happy. We were none of us hurt.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Family and friends of Frederick Livingston Jr. coming together to honor him outside the Apollo Theater last night in Belvidere, Illinois. That is about 70 miles west of Chicago. The 50-year-old was the sole person, the victim from the roof collapse after that severe storms passed through the area. Outside the venue, those high winds tearing down the theater's marquee with bricks littering the street.
A trial set to begin tomorrow for the Idaho woman who is accused of killing her 2 youngest children. Lori Vallow could be facing life in prison without parole for the deaths of 7-year-old Joshua and 17-year-old Tylee Ryan and her husband's late wife. The news of her children's deaths came after the grandparents reported them missing in 2019 and after Vallow privately married a doomsday author in Hawaii and joined his religious group. After 9 months of searching, the children were found buried in a shallow grave. Prosecutors have painted a grim story. They say the couple's doomsday beliefs led them to kill the children.
Pope Francis attends Palm Sunday Mass in St. Peter's Square just 1 day after leaving the hospital. Some 30,000 parishioners were there carrying traditional palm leaves and olive branches, according to the Vatican. The Pope remained seated for most of the Mass due to an ongoing knee problem. Palm Sunday begins one of the busiest weeks for Pope Francis, who has events scheduled until Easter Sunday next week.
All right, back here at home, let's go outside with live cam. We've got the cloud cover in place. Temperature still in the 70s here in San Antonio. We've got the moisture as well. Very humid out there, and the return of that humidity was one of the reasons why it was another above average day temperature-wise from start to finish. We had an official morning low of 66 degrees, 10 degrees above the average for this time of year, and a daytime high just shy of 90, also well above the average for this time of year. Check out our southwestern counties. Cotulla 97 earlier this afternoon. It was 95 in Carrizo Springs, stretching over to Del Rio, 87 in Gonzales, and 88 in New Braunfels. Here in town, how about the 90s tomorrow and into Tuesday, but more changes move in for the back half of the week and even into next weekend after we see the front move through early Wednesday. That also comes with some better rain chances in the forecast. Another full look at the week ahead coming up in just a few.
Thank you, Mia. Well, this is the start of a big week for former President Donald Trump after indictment charges were announced last week. What we can expect to happen in court in New York City come Tuesday.
And we could be still a year away from astronauts traveling to the moon, but the first step is getting the right crew to go there. Who we can expect to be on board.
Now to the indictment of former President Donald Trump. We are learning more about how the process of his arraignment on criminal charges is expected to unfold this week. The charges stem from an investigation focusing on alleged hush payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels near the end of the 2016 campaign. The alleged hush money itself isn't a crime, but the way Trump may have accounted for it might be. Trump will be driven to court coordinated by the Secret Service and the NYPD. Once inside, he'll be processed but not handcuffed and walked along the 15th floor corridor into a courtroom where his attorney says he will plead not guilty. Trump is the first presidential candidate to seek office while facing criminal charges.
NASA's next moon mission is getting a crew. The history to be made by tomorrow's announcement when we continue. Happening tomorrow, NASA is announcing the crew for the Artemis II mission that will put humans back on the moon. 4 astronauts will be named, including the first woman to go to the moon and the first person of color. Preps for the mission started after the success of Artemis I test mission. That mission sending the Orion capsule around the moon and back. The potential 4 astronauts will go around the moon for the first time since the end of the Apollo program 51 years ago.
So exciting.
Back to the moon.
Seems pretty out of this world.
Look at you. Look at you going.
That's the only one I've got. Sorry.
Out of this world was the humidity. But it's
so true.
Not good. But it did bear some good things.
It did.
Sunsets and possible rain chances.
Exactly. So yeah, we actually had a really pretty sunset out there in spots earlier this evening. We had the cloud cover in place throughout the first half of the day and into the early afternoon there as well. This is a really awesome photo that was sent in from our friend Oscar, Sky Watcher. And you can just kind of see a lot of different cloud types, honestly, in that KSAT Connect photo. So thank you so much for sending in that awesome picture. Not a lot in terms of rain today. And really that's going to be the theme over the next few days. It's possible that we find a sprinkle or two with some of that patchy fog and mist first thing tomorrow morning. Only got about a 10% chance, 20% chance for a few isolated showers to a stray rumble of thunder really into the early morning hours of Wednesday as we see that next cold front move in. And then that's going to stall off to our south, closer to the Gulf coastline. And as we see more of that moisture kind of overrun that boundary, better chances to find some beneficial and much needed rain. Return to the forecast Thursday into Friday. We've got about a 60% potential there. And then we could find some of those rain chances linger just a little bit into next weekend. That front that's going to cause all of that associated with this parent area of low pressure well off to our northwest here this Sunday night. By Monday night, so 24 hours from now, that will be sparking some activity across portions of the Rockies. And then as we head into Tuesday night, it moves through the northern tier of the United States. It will drop that front into south central Texas generally before the morning drive on Wednesday. And again, a few showers certainly possible there ahead of better rain chances throughout the second half of the week. Still is a little too early to talk exact totals here in south central Texas, but the general theme being we could find, yes, that much needed rainfall that could at least help out a little bit with the drought conditions that we have in place pretty much area wide. And of course, here closer to Bexar County in and around the San Antonio area, stretching up to New Braunfels, Boerne, Kerrville, Bandera, even northern Medina County, we still have that exceptional drought in place. So any little bit will definitely help. And then along with that comes those cooler temperatures thanks to that added rain, cold air and cloud cover starting off Thursday and Friday, potentially in the mid 50s, and then highs contained to the low to mid 60s. So a lot different than what we are expecting to find out there tomorrow and into Tuesday. Again, Tuesday where we could potentially challenge that existing record high. So let's time that out. Right now we are in the upper 70s here in San Antonio, a dew point in the upper 60s. So yes, that mugginess is with us. 77 in Pleasanton this hour. Cotulla still checking in at 87 degrees. So pretty warm out that way. 77 in Hondo, 73 in Kerrville, 76 over in New Braunfels. Through the overnight hours, we'll see those temperatures fall into the 60s for most of us. Still warmer than where we should be for this time of year. And then as we head into our Monday afternoon, again, some of that cloud cover breaking up just a little bit more. And then those temperatures really climbing into the 90s. Check out our far southwestern counties closing in on the triple digits potentially, especially if we can find some peaks of sunshine. So it is going to be a hot start to the week. And then especially throughout the second half of the day tomorrow, we could find some wind gusts in the range of 20 to 25 miles per hour. Breezy again in spots on Tuesday. Wednesday, it will be pretty windy out there. Wind gusts at least upwards of 35 miles per hour after that front moves in. And then yes, focus will then turn to hopefully the radar with those better chances for rain Thursday and Friday. So fingers crossed because we could definitely use it.
The hope of rain is the only thing keeping me hopeful to make it through tomorrow and Tuesday.
I think you're going to be okay.
I think I'll survive. I might complain, but I'll survive.
Yeah, you will. That's all right. It was blazing guns against magic spells at the weekend box office, but who was victorious? Find out after the break.
Creed 3 is closing in on $150 million in domestic box office. The boxing pick made $5 million for fifth place. His Only Son, a Bible movie from the studio behind The Chosen, made $5.3 million in its opening weekend. Scream 6 also earned $5.3 million, tying for third place.
You come here thinking there is a way out of this world for you, Mr. Wick.
John Wick Chapter 4 slipped more than 60% in its sophomore weekend, but still took in $28.2 million for a 10-day total of $123 million.
On your knees.
Okay, chop it off.
Chop it off. Let's do it.
Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves debuted on top with solid reviews and an opening weekend haul of $38.5 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
March Madness is coming to an end, which is appropriate since it's now April. The men's final between San Diego State and UConn all set for tomorrow night in Houston.
Yeah, and the women's final is now on the books between the LSU Tigers and Iowa Hawkeyes. A great game. For more What's on Instant Replay, let's head over to Larry Ramirez.
Iowa guard Caitlin Clark just set the tournament on fire. She is so fun to watch. So Clark did her thing today, scoring a game-high 30 points, but it wasn't enough to overcome the Tigers. Coming up on a brand new edition of Instant Replay.
I want to acknowledge the first group I got to coach last year. That group started this group's run, and they stayed. They were seniors. They allowed us to coach them. We got in the transfer portal. We had 9 new pieces this year. This is crazy good stuff. Go Party, Louisiana.
Party time. In just her second year at LSU, head coach Kim Mulkey led the Tigers to the national championship, their first in program history. They built a double-digit lead in the second quarter and then held off an Iowa third-quarter charge. Plus, the Tigers set a championship record.
We got some hungry guys. We got some guys that, could have broke with that AAA team and have produced before in their careers, and they're here, So we're looking forward to getting started and seeing what this team's all about.
The boys of summer are back in town and ready to play ball. The San Antonio Missions have a new skipper this season and plenty of returning players from last year's squad that went 68-68. Opening day is right around the corner. The Astros and Rangers were in action today. Pop, Tony, and Becky are all headed to the Hall of Fame. The Brahmins are struggling, and the UIL soccer playoffs are heating up. That and much more coming up right after the Nightbeat.
A lot of local sports coming your way for a half hour of Larry Ramirez and all the sports.
We love the local scene for sure.
Thanks, Larry.
I don't think he's doing enough sports. We'll be right back.